Don't forget that. Hello, how
I,
are you? Welcome to another Sunday Live. I'm Shani. This is
I'm Rick.
Rick. We are Havenwood Tiny Homes, along with a lot of other people that make up this wonderful company. And we hope you've had a great week. As always, we've had a great week. And the weather, we'll do a little weather update. It's a bit cold here, but I'm sure it's a lot colder in a lot of other parts of the world. What's the degrees? Where are we?
12.
12 degrees, roundabouts, but beautiful. Not a breath of wind,
Yeah.
beautiful blue sky.
Yeah.
Got a lot of gardening done, which is awesome. So we hope you've had a great week. And as always, we love it when you join in with what we're doing. We're coming to you on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. And so if you've got any comments or questions as we're chatting, just pop them in down the bottom or whatever, however you do that. Hi, Jenny from the Hunter Valley. And we will have a chat with you while we're chatting. We've got a lot of questions, as always. A couple of little things, little bits and pieces. We've got news, always got news. And again, we've had a massive week. So do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, we actually had 2 deliveries this week. Delivery just south of Barrel this week. And, of course, as the crow flies, it's probably only an hour and 10-minute trip to the final resting place of the Jolie this week.
Yeah.
However, I can't go up Macquarie Pass. I can't go up Jamboree Pass. I've actually got to go all the way up to the Picton Road from which is above Wollongong, and then go back downhill again to head south.
Yeah.
But it was a good trip. I had a fantastic trip. Where I was delivering the Jolie, we already knew it was going to be wet. We already knew we weren't going to get it to its final resting place on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we had a great trip up there. We actually we had as I was driving on the road. Once you start to get out on the bush roads, a lot of the trees are a lot lower. And with our Jolie model, our larger models, they're actually 4.6 metres high.
Mm-hmm.
So and then bung your solar panels on top of that, so they're right up in amongst it. So
Yeah.
what I do as a precautionary measure, I actually put these electrical dowels
Yes.
on top of the roof.
So we call them ski ramps.
Ski ramps.
That's
That's a bit like a ski ramp, yeah. Even though our tiny homes, I follow all the routes. I go on the RMS website. I follow where all the routes are for the oversized loads.
Yep.
Even though I'm legal on the roads I go on, but sometimes the power lines or house feeds aren't legal. So hence I put the
helps everything.
the conduits on the front
smoothly.
of the tiny house. So if there is any wires that are too low, it'll flick them up over the roof.
Yep.
Also helps with trees, a couple of low-lying branches.
Yes.
And because I know the sort of shape of the roof of the tiny house, and as I'm driving, I'm sort of looking at trees. And once you start to get off the main track, and you're on the more.
You're like anyone with a caravan, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is when you're going on some of these dirt roads.
Yeah. And as I drive along the road, because I've got the flashing lights and the oversized load, all the flags, all the gear going on.
Yeah.
And quite often I'll be sort of zigzagging on the bush roads just to dodge the trees.
As we know, you don't try to go around someone with an oversized load on a small road. It just doesn't happen.
And it's really good, actually. People are really courteous.
So that was your first one. Little bit of a hiccup just at the end.
Yeah, bit of a hiccup as we got there. We got to the site. We've got to go in the second entry to the property, and as we're driving in, I'm sort of looking at the entry gates, and I thought this is a really tight entry. I don't know how we're going to go. But anyway, we'll give it a go. So I started backing in. We are sort of driving in, and as we got closer to the gate posts, it's not going to fit.
Right.
So nothing that a cheney won't fix. And shout out to Dave. He got the cheney out, and we just chopped it clean off.
You know, our standard sort of what we say to people is we get it to your gate, and then it's sort of on you from there. But of course, being the people we are and the way Rick is, he does all the deliveries. He wants it to go exactly where you want it. He will make sure it's there, everything's down, everything's installed. So all that is just part of our service. So of course then he had to go. So it turned into a big day.
Yeah. Well, we're going around, and Owner said to me, he said, Rick, we'll just park it up there in the higher ground because you'll be a bit.
It's a bit wet.
Damp, wet down there, you know. And I said that. Oh yeah. And as I'm driving in, I thought, this feels okay.
Okay.
I'll give this a nudge, you know. So I go up and then I'll start reversing position. I thought I'll just line her up and I'll just give it some.
So just to say, not the client's fault at all. This is someone who wants to do everything possible for the client and he wants to put it exactly where it is. And so how many metres short did you get?
I reckon I've just gone a couple hundred Ks, 3-hour trip, and I fell short by 30 metres.
About 30 metres, okay.
Yeah, so, and that 30 metres cost me $150 in a towing. Actually, we started. It's funny. A funny story.
Oh, here we go.
As we're getting it out, we thought.
Do we want to know?
Yeah, like we've disconnected the tiny house. We thought that's where it's going to stop till it dries out.
And it's safe. It's all
all good. So we thought, and the wheels are just slipping on the ground, you know. So anyway, they said, "Listen, I'll give you." And then we thought, "Yeah, that'll do. Well, it's only slipping. We'll just be able to pump it out." And we'll give her a nudge, and nah, not quite out. She just, but each time.
This is the truck you're talking about.
The truck, the truck, the delivery truck that I hired to tow the tiny home. And so anyway, we got so we need to go to the next size up. We've got a bit bigger tractor, and we thought we'd give that a nudge with that. But each time we're trying the next size tractor, we kept them lower and lower to a point that the biggest tractor we had, by then the floor plan of the truck's on the ground and there's no way it's coming out. Anyway, long story short, shout out to Burradoo
Towing. Bundanoon?
Bundanoon Towing. Thank you
very much
for pulling us out.
Yeah, and I think Rick has again learned a lesson. You know, if the client says just leave it there, we don't need to go any further. You listen to what they're saying. So. So that was that. And then the next day, another delivery up to the Currajong Bilpin area. Wow, what a beautiful part of the world.
Wow.
Beautiful part of the world.
Acreage is unbelievable.
But you know what I want to say straight up is, guys, we absolutely, I read this quote this week. It says that you won't ever create something successfully that you don't truly believe in. And we absolutely believe in what we're doing. We believe in what we're doing to serve you, to make a life that you've dreamed of, to live a life more simply, less debt. We absolutely are passionate and believe in what we're doing. So we tell you these little stories because we're human. We're human too, and we're all learning, and we stay teachable. We learn from you every time we come on here, and every time we engage with you, whether it's through an inspection. We've had a lot of those this week too. A lot of inspections as well, on top of deliveries. It's been a bit busy. And because of that, we've got to get to the questions. But firstly, little cheers. Cheers, because as of about 10 minutes ago, we've signed the lease on a new factory. And that means that we can build a lot more tiny houses at once. At once. And so we can only do that because of you. We can't take those steps without the engagement from the community. So thank you so much. We are excited, scared, nervous, and all of those things, and we're just going to keep going. So let's get into some questions. Okay, so first question, if you've got any questions, throw them on the screen and we'll get someone to read them because we're old and we can't read that far away. So can you install a wood-burning fireplace into your smaller models?
Oh, okay. A couple of things. With the wood-burning fireplaces, the key factor is, firstly, you need at least 750 millimetres clearance around the fireplace. Okay. So in our smaller models, by the time you've got everything in place, lounges and cabinetry and all that sort of stuff, there's just not the room to be able to put the real wood-burning fireplace.
When you say smaller model, you mean which size?
Like our B&B or our little red models.
Okay, so
around that 5 metres.
5 metres.
5 metres is you just don't have the room.
Okay.
But in our standard models, which are 3 metre by 7.2s, fireplace we can fit in.
No problem at all.
Of course, once you go up to 8.2, 8.4, no problem to fit the fireplaces in.
Okay.
So we're doing a 7.8 model at the moment with a fireplace in it. That's going to look unreal. I can't wait to get it installed and just check it all out. So it's really exciting.
Can't wait to get the pictures of our client enjoying the fireplace.
So just tapping back to the fireplace, then what I'd suggest is actually we put an extra bayonet in on the smaller models, then to put gas heating.
Okay,
Rather
so
than,
you can still get the idea of a fireplace or the heating, obviously, but with a smaller fire. Okay,
So you
great.
don't need as much clearance around the gas fireplaces.
Cool. Okay, next question. I'm going fully off grid. Can you advise on the best appliances for that?
Okay, full off grid. I think, especially if you're going right, if you don't have access to power, I'd be definitely looking at maybe upgrading to the a combo gas electric refrigerator.
Okay.
And I've actually been told by my carpenters that the electric compressor fridges are really economical when it comes to power. They're really easy to run, and so shout out to Freddie on that.
Okay.
Because he
well, he's a caravanning man.
Yeah,
so
he knows
caravans. Yeah.
So a compressor fridge uses a lot less electricity.
Okay.
But in saying that, let's go for a combo gas electric fridge.
Yep.
And
so are we going to do the research now and be able to offer those for our clients, or really anyone who wants to? We'll get into that later. But we're going to have the opportunity for people to be able to buy aftermarket things if they're doing maybe their own tiny house and just want to get a fridge or just want to get a toilet. We can talk about that later. So, okay, next question. On your flat roofs, they don't look like they're on a slope. So is that okay? How does that work?
Okay. Well, on our flat roof models, in actual fact, on all our models now, we're actually putting clip lock on the roofs. Clip lock has a rib on top, which is 50 mil. And just let me get I think it's Stramit. Clip lock can actually, the slope of the roof only has to be at 1 degree.
Okay.
Now, 1 degree over the length of a tiny house is only about 20 or 30 mil. So when obviously we set up all the jacks and we set the tiny house up, we actually do put the gutters both ends of the tiny house regardless. Okay, so the water can actually go each way, because in a strong wind, with depending which way you slope the roof, the wind could blow the roof, the water the actually other way. Just because it's such a low pitch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But legally, the roof iron, the clip lock roof irons can only have to be at about 1 to 2 degree fall. So hence we just build the roofs flat. And when we position the tiny house, we actually put a bit of slope in it, which you don't pick when you're inside. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so
you might see it on the rim of your wine glass or something like that.
Okay. Next question. Can you give me the details of how you got your tiny home approved as a house?
Okay. Well, a couple of things. Firstly, I want to set the record straight. You cannot get a caravan approved as a house or a principal place of residence on a property, on a land,
at the moment,
on a residential house block. It may change down the track, but as far as I'm aware, every council across Australia can't get a caravan approved as a house.
If you know differently, please let us know.
For sure. Now, at this stage, as far as I'm aware, all the other tiny home builders in Australia, their home is actually built on the trailer, so it actually is an official caravan. But whereas with our tiny homes, even though our home is classified as a caravan, but because our trailers are made as a separate entity, we can actually detach our trailers from our tiny home. So now a tiny home,
so
when we
build
remove
on
the
top
trailer,
of the trailer becomes
the trailer is removable, and now what we have is either a relocatable home or a cabin. So we can sort of hit both areas of the market. And then we have a $5,000 buyback on the trailers. So we put it on concrete.
So then it just becomes a delivery vehicle almost.
Because obviously the height, we try to maximise the room and headspace in the tiny home. But if it's still too high to put on the back of a flatbed
so
truck.
for a permanent place of residence, you have to have them with footings. They have to be concreted to the ground, something that cannot be moved off the block. So that's what we'll be doing. We will be putting the home that we've built as a tiny house, small house, so it becomes a small house on the block of land, 2 footings that
concrete
will be put there.
So that's that question.
But the beauty of it is that you can be building your home while you're waiting for your DA approval, so it reduces the time of waiting to get through council and everything else. Then your home's ready to go. It then gets done. The groundworks get done, and you can
Yeah,
move in. It's so much quicker.
Yeah. And of course, all of that with our clients that come, that obviously go with us and they want to get their home approved as a principal place of residence, we actually do or provide that
We
service.
can help them.
We can actually do the whole, which we've done, the whole DA process. So we
Yes.
actually do that for our clients.
Yes,
So you don't have to worry about it.
Yes,
Yeah, so.
that's right. They can just sit back and relax, and we can take all the stress.
And yeah, just to re-emphasise, so on committing with Havenwood, not only do we start the DA process, we also start the construction.
In
of
line,
your home,
so it's
in
a lot
line.
quicker than waiting.
As soon as that the DA is approved, your home effectively is ready to be delivered, installed on the footings,
and then the
concrete
work
footings,
done, and then we do the
lived
work.
in. So you're saving anywhere from 8 to 12 months of time.
Yeah. And what's that cost in rent or?
Yeah, well, see, if you're renting somewhere, that's 25, 30 grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next question. If I go with your tiny house, can you guarantee rental land?
Okay. Now, I've actually had this question asked to me during the week. What we do, we offer assistance in finding land. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll recommend.
So I'll butt in, but that's only in our area and only other areas that we've been approached by people. We don't know everyone in Australia that's got land, but in our area we've got a number of farmers that have offered land. Now, if a client doesn't want to go with the land that's on offer, that we've done our service in the sense that we've got land available. It might not be a fit. The client might not fit with that particular farm or with the location or whatever it is. So we've got that facility there, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to work for somebody. And we don't know everyone in Australia. We've had people approach us, like in Port Macquarie, we've got available land. So there's other places that we can, if you're from somewhere else, we can talk to people that we know in that area, if we know someone, to see whether there's a fit. But we'll do everything we can to put your name out there.
With the assistance that we offer, it's how do you approach a farmer? How do you talk to a farmer? How do you structure a resume? What questions do you ask or the farmer? Or how do we present ourselves to the farmer in the first place? And how much do we pay? Well, at this point in time, the going rate's around about $150 a week.
Up to $300, $400 a week, depending. I mean, we've got properties that are multi-million-dollar views. Like they
multi-million-dollar properties. Some of these properties are worth $4 and $5 million.
So it's so when a property that might be worth $5 million, I'd be stoked to be able to live there for $150 a week. So but you've got to make sure that the fit works. So
it's got to fit.
We'll do what we can.
And this is where there's an introduction done, a pre meet and greet meeting with potential clients and the farmer. Make sure the synergy's right. Make sure everyone's happy. The location, the view, the aspect, the whole shoot and shebang. You know, it's got to be right. It's got to fit. But just bear in mind that this may be only a short-term visit at this place, and you may find something. At least you're settled into somewhere. You're getting a real taste of what you like and what you don't like about maybe where you're staying initially. But then what it does is buys you time to actually go and start knocking doors yourself to try and find another property if you want to upgrade or move on or whatever.
Because remember, it's even something you want to
do. It's a tiny house. It's on wheels, so just skull drag it out of there.
That's it. That's it. All right. Good answer. Next question. Is that chemical rust on your Jolie model? So the Jolie model is a particular model, but we've got a finish called a rusticated finish that we have.
I call it my redneck colour scheme because I'm a bit rough around the edges and I'm off a property, you know. But anyway. What we actually did,
West New South Wales,
just as early as today, we had a chap from out the bush walk up to our little red model and actually had to touch it and feel it and said, "That's new iron. That's brand new iron." So hey, it's done its job, and that was a farmer.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
He said that's going to look great on my place. Because it looks
so,
like an old shed.
Anyway, the story behind it all is I wanted to, because a lot of our homes and our style is Australian colonial, out in the bush sort of feel. I couldn't obviously put real rusty iron on our tiny houses. So I had to give a product that with a guarantee. So we've got to use a brand new roof iron. So what I did, I actually studied the net on rusty sheds. I actually even had a meeting with BlueScope Steel, and they actually gave me the goss on how rust forms, why it forms, and when you look at rusty sheds, why there's a pattern in the way the rust forms on sheds. So now I know all that, and then all I had to do was develop. So I've developed 3 colours. There's a technique, obviously, the way we do it when we do spray paint. Oh, that's a secret. That's like a KFC recipe on Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
So but so there's a bit of a method to our madness, and it wasn't just a fluke. Like, I did a lot of homework, a lot of research, and that's at the end of the day, that's why it looks so real.
And then we've got fantastic specialist applicators that do the rusticated finish for us.
Shout out to Storm.
So they know their stuff. Have done surface design and all of those things. As who even knew that was a thing you could study? But you can. So next question: this is getting it. When can we see photos of the B&B model? This model is being unveiled at the Sydney Home Show this weekend. So it is literally Friday, yes, from 10 till 6, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend coming. You can come to Sydney, to Darling Harbour, for free. You just go online to Sydney, just Google Sydney Home Show. You'll get the website, get a ticket, doesn't cost you a cent. Get inside there and have a look at all the latest stuff. We'll have 2 models on display there, and the second one is our new model that no one's seen yet, and it is a B&B model. And
I haven't even seen it.
Well, that's right. It's not finished.
It's not finished yet. Actually,
it's going to be finished.
Shout out to Pete from the Home Show organisation stuff.
Yes. He trusts us because we'll get it done.
He was offered a position at the Home Show. They needed a cabin in this position. They didn't have anything to fill it. He hit me up and asked me, Dale, where this idea was born out of.
Oh, where was the idea born out of?
This was born out of the Rose Hill Racecourse Caravan and Camping Show, right? The feedback I got from there, from entrepreneurs and investors, B&B is flavour of the month.
Is the go.
B&B is the way to go. We need to design a. And then, of course, I get out to Bathurst show when we were promoting the Emerson out there. The feedback from out there, from B&B people just actually approaching me, was unbelievable.
Right.
And these guys are telling me 100% occupation rate out there.
Wow. Well, there's a huge new advertising campaign. I don't know if you've seen it. Hamish Blake's all over it.
Yeah.
Now I've forgotten the tagline. Holiday here this year. I mean, how good is that?
Yeah.
Australia's the best country in the world. Why would you want to go anywhere else? You can't anyway.
So
holiday here this year. And for people who have a property or even a backyard, stick a B&B in the backyard. Someone's going to want to come and stay in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Put the money back into our own country and just enjoy each other's. I'm going to go stay someone else's place and they can come stay here, and it's awesome. So just get into it. And we're making these models at like a really good price point, so a lot of people could jump on them.
Yeah. The return on investment
is pretty good. So come to the Home Show and have a look, and then after that we'll have some photos and all that.
But what I can say, this is a really countrified looking cabin. Right? It's really.
I think it's a cross promoting. It's quite coastal as well. You could put it in a suburban. In the middle of Sydney, Melbourne, I just think it'll go everywhere.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. It'll go everywhere, and it can go everywhere because you can tow it with a 4-wheel drive.
I'm gonna let out of the bag.
Oh no!
Our B&B, right? Our B&B has got a deck, an awning roof, and you ready for this? You ready?
Oh.
You ready, Doug?
No.
Inbuilt spa into the deck. Wow, that's the money shot, Doug.
What's that?
Huh? That's what I'm talking about.
Is it a nude room? That's all I got. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm sort of he's got this whole concept that he wants to do a tiny house that's just all glass,
Well, there's a lot of glass, a lot of fixed glass in this one.
Is there anywhere that you can be private?
No. We're not even putting a door in the toilet. Well,
I don't know. What do you think about that? Would you stay in a B&B that everyone, Well, I suppose it's only the kangaroos looking anyway, so I'm such a prude.
Spa
I'm
and the
old
deck,
school.
wow, that's. I'm really keen to get this on the show.
Yeah, I feel like I need like a skivvy now. I need to cover up. Okay. How did we ever get married? I don't know it at all. So next question. What's the colour of the grey iron that you use?
Okay. I've had a few people ask me this. The colour, I've got.
It's not a secret.
It's no secret, but
It's just a great colour.
This
Shout out to Colorbond. Not that we're sponsored. Sponsorship would be great.
It would be good, wouldn't it? And obviously, it's just a Colorbond colour. The colour is called woodland grey.
It's fantastic.
But
Do you know what? Let me tell you something. I'll give you a little design tip. If you're building somewhere and you're in the country, and you're told to put, so in our area, you have to have dark colours that blend in with the landscape. You're not allowed to have any bright colours.
Earthy colours.
So they'll say earthy colours. So they'll give you these colour schemes of browns and reds, not red, but like a terracotta colour,
colours,
like the beige.
Mist green, evergreen. Oh my gosh, what a clash.
If you've seen sheds that have like the really bright green, they do not blend in. They don't blend into the landscape. The best colours for that type of, this woodland grey, literally in our Australian climate, it disappears. You can't see it in the gums, the eucalyptus, you cannot see it. It just goes. So woodland grey is the best, I'm telling you, the best Australian Colorbond colour to use.
Yeah, so if you're going bush in the city, mate,
do what you want in the city. I mean, especially like Noosa, somewhere like that. Sunshine Coast, you can do white. I mean, I'd love to do a white roof. I would love that, but we're not allowed in our area. So yeah, make sure when you're designing that you check. If you want something to be a little bit more unseen, hidden away,
camo,
woodland grey.
Woodland grey.
Woodland grey is the colour. No camo. No camo. Okay, next question. I've been looking at your different models online and the plans because they're all online. Is there a scope to modify the plans?
Well, short answer is yes. The way I look at this is like for a lot of people, this is their home. This is going to be the home they're going to live in for a long time. They want to be able to put their frilly bits on. They want to be able to pimp their ride, all that sort of stuff. So. I'd like to think that all of our homes are custom homes. We give you basically a starting point, a foundation to start with. And what we actually suggest to our clients and what they do is actually they go online, they find a home that's closest to mechanically closest to what they're after, whether it be the master bedroom downstairs or the master bedroom upstairs, a couple of lofts, all that sort of stuff.
They'll find the plans. Do anything within the space. But there's a but. Let me give you a counter to that. So from the design side of things, so as a client, when you come to us and you decide you're going to build with us, you'll come and you'll have your, like anywhere when you go build a home with a builder, you'll have your consultation time. You'll choose your colour scheme, you'll choose all the things. Now, if you want to do something a little bit differently, you'll get a window of time to do that. You have to choose it all because we can't keep changing things as we go through, okay? It costs a lot of time and it does cost money. So we give you a deadline to have those things decided on, and then it makes the building process a lot smoother, a lot more streamlined. So we do that. Try to do as much as we can before we start on the actual build part of your home.
And we've gauged where that finishing point of making changes is, and that point is before we start. Because the stress level of the boys it's just like
that might be a fairly new thing.
No more change. We're done.
I think our staff, if they're watching, our staff have said, if you do that again,
that's it. We're done. So no more changes. So as soon as that trailer lands in the factory, all bets are off.
We come back to you and we say, are you sure you've got this, and this?
That's it. No
You're
change.
happy to go? That's it. No more. We're done. We're doing the build because as you start to, maybe this, maybe that.
It's just the biggest thing is I guess what you got to understand with this is a tiny home. The ground we cover in a very short period of time. It's not like a standard home might take 6, 8, 10 months to build.
Yeah,
you have more breathing space between trades and that. But with a tiny home, it's like you just rack them up, like doof, doof, doof. There's no time to muck around.
Especially not in our factory. There's carpenters and plumbers and air conditioning guys. They're all on top of each other. So good thing they like each other, isn't that great? Anyway, good thing we've got a new factory coming, so that's terrific. Actually, just stop. Tommy, last week we had this amazing comment on our live. I'd love for people to comment because it's so good. We think we're just talking to ourselves. And we got this comment saying, "Why do you build tiny houses so good?" or something. And I honestly, I thought it was my mother. Just shout out to my mum, who's like our number one fan. I thought it was her commenting, and I found out later it was one of our beautiful clients' sons. And so, hi, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Guess what's happening this week, Tommy? We're starting on yours.
Oh,
so
your trailer.
We're very excited. The
week,
trailer's coming this week.
Tommy, your trailer, your new home arrives this week.
We cannot wait.
This weekend's over. Next weekend.
Yes.
Next weekend.
Next weekend, it's being delivered to us, and then we're starting on
straight
yours.
to the factory.
So, so you're going to be, Tommy. You're going to be the first tiny house built in our new factory.
Yes.
That's really exciting, Tommy.
Yeah.
So we can't wait. All right. So next question. I've seen you do a flat roof model on the Emerson. Can you do a flat roof model on the larger 3 metre wide one?
Yes, yeah, we can. With the our larger models, which come under the category of an oversized load, so what we've got to do, we've got to stay under 4.6 metres high, which means traditionally our standard roof is a pitched roof with a flat section on top. But yes, we actually have one under construction at the moment, 3.6 metres high. Sorry, I'll start again. 4.6 metres high.
Yeah.
So the full roof is a total flat roof. Now, internally, definitely gives you just makes it does give you a lot more room.
Yeah.
Because you appreciate if it's got a pitched roof like this and you're actually in the roof, so you can't, on that pitch roof models, you can't walk right to the outside. But in most cases, you don't need to because it's just the way we've structured them and the way we've designed the bedrooms and stuff. You don't actually need to walk to the outside, but it definitely does give the illusion of a lot bigger tiny home when it is a flat roof model. Okay. I'm not necessarily a fan of the flat roofs because I just, it's not my style, but it definitely does give you a lot more room and aesthetically, internally, headroom. Yeah. So, short answer is yes.
Okay. Well, I think that's all of our questions. But so next weekend, Sydney Home Show's on. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it starts at 10 a.m. till 6 every day. I think that's right. Although just check online to make sure. It is free to get in, so you just go online and book your ticket and in you come and say hello. We can't wait to see you. We thought we'd do a little bit of a thing to see whether you had any ideas about naming our new model. If you've got an idea.
Yes, we don't have a name for it yet.
If you come to the home show next weekend and you stand inside our new model, which we're calling the B&B model, but that's not a very good name, so we've got to come up with a better name. And you standing there, we want you to take a photo of yourself and stick it on social media and tag us in your picture, Facebook, Instagram, all the things. And then if you've got a good name for it, then let us know this week. We won't be doing a live on Sunday because we'll still be there. We may just do a little live, video while we're there if we're not flat out busy. But we won't be coming to you live with questions. And then the following Sunday, we'll draw a winner, or we'll talk about if anyone's got some great ideas for names, and then we can go from there, and we might do a care package or something like that. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, we hope you have a great week. We'll see you. Well, we won't see you next weekend, but if you come to the home show, we'll see you there. And we're very excited. We'll be coming to you. We might even do a little sneaky peek of our new factory during the week. It'll be very exciting. And then we'll unveil all the new things that are there's going to be a full service aftermarket store there for you. I won't say any more.
Shout out to Steve from Fireplus. He's our guys next door. So, thank you, Steve. And we'll be, we're
very excited.
Very excited and looking forward to the space.
We're looking forward to.
I know the boys are just so excited about having a bit more room to move.
Yes.
And it'll just mean that we can actually, rather than move tiny houses and all that sort of stuff, we can actually get that assembly line going and
Yep,
Looking
and I
forward to it.
get to do the things that I do, which is all behind me here in this. It's our barn on our property, and I do a lot of our design work in here, and I'll be able to do that at the factory and have a bit of a store where you can actually come and see what we do, what our makers do, how we do things a little bit differently. We might even have some workshops for you. So we're really excited. We'll bring you along on the journey. And we'll see you at some stage next weekend.
Hey, Dar. Hey, Dar.
Yeah.
Ask me how my. Ask me. You ready? Ask me how my haircut went today.
You didn't have a haircut today. I thought you were having a haircut today.
You ready for this? You ready? No, it's still there. Look. It never happened today, because I didn't have enough time to wait for the barbers. They were doing a great job. So Shadow had his haircut first. Then I had to race off to go and get the soccer photos.
Yeah.
And I've come back, and then I had to get back at the end of the queue again. And my time's money.
You don't like waiting in the queue?
Nah.
No.
But yeah, so next week, going for a fast haircut. It's like 6 years later.
Oh, look out!
No scissors.
That's a promise. He said it. He said it here.
Yeah.
How exciting!
I'm going to unveil. Like,
no,
I'm
that's big.
I'm thinking
that's huge.
Like I'm thinking mohawk with a rat tail. Right, that way I keep it a bit of long and I've got a bit of short happening.
He doesn't have the hair for that. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
Come on, darling.
See you later. Bye.
Hooroo.